that's all something you want to carry. And, some of the things that I started looking at carrying, some of the fire starters, like a char cloth.
Hmm.
And, char cloth is just a little piece of old jeans, cut them up, and then you put them in an Altoids can.
Yeah.
And then when you got a fire going, put them in the fire. It'll burn off all the color off of it. And then you want to take it out of the fire, once it stops smoking, and don't open it up until it cooled completely off. And then now that char cloth, one little spark will ignite it.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
You can take the spark from a cigarette lighter that don't have any fluid in it.
Yeah.
They'll spark.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's enough to light one. I won't
Exactly.
do it here because I'm not in a place where I could let it burn.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm I'm in my office, so there's nothing I would set it on. I'd let it to burn.
Also, I take Vaseline, and put it on cotton balls and put it in a little film canister or a little, um, any kind of container, small container. And you can light that with a ferro rod pretty easy. You just one strike of the ferro rod and it'll light. The other thing that'll light is Fritos. Fritos are mainly
Oh,
fat. You can
yeah.
actually you can actually light a Frito that'll burn, and at least you could get some tinder to it. Not that I'm toting Fritos when I'm it's not my snack of choice when I'm hunting, but
Yeah.
it's something to keep in mind.
The other thing that works good is I actually did a video on this a couple of years ago. Dryer lint.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah,
Pull the dryer lint out, and I actually have some in here. But I did one where I had the dryer lint. That's just lint from the dryer,
yep,
and it'll take a spark and ignite.
yes,
It's
it will.
basically cotton and stuff, and it'll all burn.
Yeah,
Uh,
you could pack it down to a little of nothing in a Ziploc and put it in
yeah,
there. That's the two things I carry. I carry Vaseline, cotton balls soaked in Vaseline in a film canister and dryer lint and a ferro rod, and then a lighter. Two is one, one is none type thing for fire starter. Those are
right.
the things that I carry where I'm in the mountains or on my back 40. It never hurts to be able to start a fire. I was in British Columbia on another hunt and fell in a on the climb down. I fell into a pretty cold creek, just lost my footing, and we still had 3 miles left to the truck, and it was just not going to be good. That's a good way to get hypothermia because it was
Right.
cold. So that's what we did. We just built me a fire and built a little shelter there until I got warm enough where I felt like I could make the 3 mile hike out. But there's nothing more miserable than you know just teeth chattering cold and not having a fire.